My point is we're quick to execute judgment, aren't we? We are quick to call somebody wrong. We're quick to call somebody out. We're quick to pull somebody down. God gives great grace. I wonder if I was to start digging up in your history and try to pull you down and call you out and call you up for everything that you've done that was wrong. God gives great grace. I wonder if I was to go back into your file and pull up, forget about the things that we all know about. What if I was to pull up the things that we never found out about? Aren't you glad that God gives great grace? So when I understand that forgiveness was made to bring me near, when forgiveness was given, that limitless forgiveness of God that has no boundaries, when I understand that, how could I be so arrogant not to walk in forgiveness myself? When I see that the forgiveness of God was not to repay somebody for what they'd done, but to redeem what had happened. Forgiveness is for redemption, not retribution. And sometimes when you have to forgive someone, you may have to separate yourself from them. You may not be able to put yourself in that situation. Listen, if you're being abused as a wife, you're forgiving your husband doesn't mean you go back to continue to be beat upon. It doesn't mean that you go back and continue to be hurt, but it does mean that you meant it for evil. But God has raised me up. God has given me a purpose in the earth. God has given me a plan. God has given me a way out. God has given me the way of escape. And I am now going to live the purposes and the destiny that God has given me. And I'm not going back to the pain. I'm moving now to the purpose of God in my life. And I'm not going to pay you to carry your bags anymore. I'm not going to pay you to carry your luggage anymore. I'm not going to be your cabbie to carry your pain and your burden and your weakness. But I'm letting it go and I'm getting free to see God do great things in my life. You meant it for evil, but God has used it to save many people alive. The test has turned into a testimony. The failure has turned into a victory. The hurt has turned into a healing. The past has turned into the purposes. The failures turned into the future. Somebody needs to understand this today, that the situation has now turned into the victory that God has destined before the foundation of the world.